Hello, just before this video starts I just want to say fuck you David Pearson. Hello and welcome to Review Rant Randoms. So this is the second video. You don't need to know this, but I'm filming on my brand new camera, so it's essentially a test, and I was thinking of what I could test today, and I was out today and I bought up some DVDs. I've just waffled about them, so we need to load each entertainment. Subscribe and then look for the videos where I'm wearing the same things, and they sort of connect to each other in strange ways. Now, the reason why I'm doing Dark Angel review is I picked up the video game today, and we'll get to the video game in a second. Now, why did I tell David Pearson to fuck himself? Now, me and Pete have been friends since school, 30 years, easy, give or take now, yeah, scary. One of my best friends, someone I can definitely call to, but it's definitely someone I do not want to lend any form of media to. He's terrible. He borrows stuff and it disappears. And then he goes to give it back. And it's happened to me before. I've had it in my hand and then something's happened and then I've still came home and I think, oh shit, I didn't get what I was after. What a nightmare. So that's Pearson for you, right? Love him to bits, but I won't lend him anything. And a long time ago, I lent him Dark Angel, series 1 and 2. Now, I recently picked them up at a charity shop for £2. I believe it was in Stanley. And I've been watching a lot of TV shows. Obviously, I've finished Stargate, and we've seen the review for Stargate, Review Rant Random. I watched Sleepy Hollow recently, just binge watched through that. And now I'm about 3/4 of the way through A Town Called Eureka. In Dark Angel, I watched in the middle of it. Now, when Dark Angel put on, it was the pilot movie, and I had a little bit of nostalgia. And I tell you what though, by about 3 or 4 episodes in, I was hooked again. Like proper, it gave me nostalgia. Obviously the intro tune, Jessica Alba. What a bit of a miss it was, because I think like it comes along in the middle of VHS finishing up and DVD coming along. And it gets released, it finds its audience through the release of DVD. DVD's hot because Dark Angel's got to be one of the very first DVD box sets coming along, extra features, pulling on the crow, and then just suddenly just disappears. It gets cancelled, it gets ended, but the popularity of that in between the series and all that, they got a video game out of it. Now we'll get to the video game in a minute, but yeah, I was watching it and going, wow, like there's a massive foundation. Now Jessica Alba is in this, and I love her from Idle Hands. There's the cast alone, which I want to butcher the names because the names are not going to be anywhere on the box here. Michael Weatherby, Jensen Ackles, and Kevin Durant are just two of the names that went. A few of the names are just huge. Michael went on to be in NCSI for years. He's now in Bull, so he's had a very strong career. Jensen Ackles, Supernatural. So again, if you go, oh, why wasn't Dark Angel rebooted? Because you're not going to get him doing it, are you? Jessica Alba seems to have done very well for herself and all the companies and stuff like that. Dibble dabbles around in appearances in movies, yes, Sin City, more recently Elia's Finest TV show, I think got 2 seasons. Popped up in Stretch recently, which I watched and loved. Does itty bitty roles. Seems to do acting for fun. Enjoyment, but yeah, Dark Angel, James Cameron for a start, Terminator director, TV, 20th Century Fox. So this is essentially probably going to pop up, or if it hasn't already, it's probably going to pop up on Disney Plus. Probably find a new audience. Probably could get Jessica Alba back. But watching it the first season now, if you haven't seen it, stop watching this waffle. If you have seen it, yeah, let's talk Dark Angel. I really enjoyed it, right? But what the fuck happened for only a few years later for them to recycle all the backstory of her escaping as a kid to use it in the Hitman movie, which would have been around about 2002, 2004 when this was done. And then like Timothy Olyphant's a hitman, but when he's a kid he's Jessica Alba. Like, what the fuck? Like, I know it's Jessica Alba's brother or something like that, but recycling all the footage, it was just so fresh in my mind then to think, why would you, like, why? There was a lot of questions for that, But anyway, as a series, very grounded, keeps it nice and rural, nice score, tries to build on the back end of like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's still kind of got that Saved by the Bell, almost Power Rangers style. They've got the social hub. The guy who's just like bip bip bip, he's been in so many Martin Scorsese films. he's done really well for themselves. But they're trying to build these characters, and they're trying to, you know, paint the picture of these kids with escape with barcodes on their heads, and you know, she's trying to find her friends, and Zach's just like a bit of a weird brother who's got a creep on it who turns into a cyborg, and you think, really? It's a bit like Terminator, and you go, oh yeah, James Cameron, Terminator. In the first season, I think, like, you know, they're on the run, and there's some good character building, I think, enjoyment. Jensen Ackles comes into it as the crazy Ben brother. It's so cool in this room. And, you know, there's kind of trying to build a story, but Max, you know, she meets Logan. Logan gets crippled, you know, Logan's that. There's a bit of romance there, and I think at this point, you know, by the end of the first season, they're about to have the problem Buffy and Angel had, where, you know, these characters are gelling together. But, you know, I think with series is, like, they hit the ground running to get a really good pilot. They've got an end game, but then they want more. And I always think a first season should be like one season. Don't leave yourselves hanging for it to get cancelled. And I kind of think, like, that's where they kind of knew where they wanted to go. And I think with Dark Angel, you know what I mean, there's quite a few episodes on there. It kind of follows, like, the Terminator, the on the run, the groups, the militaries, they hunt them down, the hunt goes, and then the second season comes and goes completely off in a direction that kind of works. So the first season, you know, Zach's dead, Zach's not dead, Zach's a robot, Zach's not a robot. Ben's dead, who's Jensen Ackles. Second season starts and Jensen Ackles is back as Alec, his twin brother. And Kevin Durant, who comes in, who's been in loads of stuff, mainly he's in Wolverine. You'll very recognise, comes in as Joshua. And Max basically discovers loads of mutants living in the basement. And then there's this X-Files, I believe, injection into it, where they're all running around, and it's like, is this the point where X-Files finished making, and they kind of went, right, let's do some X-Filesy stuff? It worked. There's now mutants running around. Max is fighting mutants, Logan's walking, then Logan's in a wheelchair, then Logan's got super speeds, and Joshua's running around, then Ben's part of the clique and not part of the clique, and they're building so many characters, and like there's a new antagonist, a new guy after them, and it kind of like, alright, again, I had the nostalgia, I like the score, I like the music, whatever, it's got a nice beat to it. And then it leads up to like the mutants rise and kind of the X-Files era, and then unfortunately gets cancelled. So if you're going to watch it, one season, it's fine. It ends. It ends with like, right, we're going to take a stand, but you're not going to get what's going to happen. But again, 2 box sets out there. Never seen repackaged as 1 box set. Again, never been repackaged on Blu-ray as well. 20th Century Fox. I think it's been too long to reboot it. Now, in between there, they pushed out a video game, James Cameron's exclusive DVD content, Jessica Alba interview. I did play this when it comes out because I love sort of like Streets of Rage kind of games, and I think this was what was going on. This would have went along. I mean, Jessica Alba and Michael Weatherly are in this. 50 fighting moves, super students, kind of like stealth and all that, isn't it? See there, advertising season 1. So this was really popular, and again, this would have been airing, would have had a break, and would have been big in America. But it's like Prison Break when they bring a video game out, and you don't have all the characters in it and stuff like that, and you try to build it. I mean, the Buffy the Vampire, like the game was really popular. Wasn't the best, was it? But it was only on Xbox, wasn't it? You know what I mean? The Xbox, it was only on Xbox, and that was it. It was a time, you know. It's like TV shows and all that. So again, it's owned by Fox. Could it get released? Yeah, probably could. Again, would the cast want to do it? Probably not. Maybe it could have. But again, looking back, I think it was well made. It was funny in times. It had some really good standalone episodes. It had some brutal episodes. You know what I mean? Even the stuff with Joshua being the dog boy and like they're getting in a relationship with a blind girl, and the blind girl makes a demise and that, you think, hell, it can get quite dark. And then the relationship era, and then obviously, oh, you can't touch him and stuff like that. But again, and the very last episode, believe it or not, Lita's in it as well. It's one of the only things Lita's been credited in. believe it, from the wrestling world. So again, it was popular, but unfortunately, I think it's victim of being cancelled too soon. I think if they had done a season 3, by the time the UK would have got on top of this, boom. So yeah, see you in the outtakes. I don't know where I go. So yeah, pretty much just a camera test. Got some stuff to unbox. Got some crazy ass Ninja Turtles. All of the buggers. I think they could do a pop vinyl, easy. They could do a pop vinyl. But again, I think it's the cast. I think Michael went off to be so popular in doing Bull, and NCSI. He's never stopped. Jensen Ackles has never stopped. I mean, Supernatural's had over 200 episodes. Jessica Alba, Sin City, dibble dabble in movies. Good Luck Chuck. You know what I mean? She's been in loads. Fantastic Four happened after this. So she was basically like, oh yeah, Dark Angel's cancelled, but he is Fantastic Four. You know what I mean? So again, she would have probably only give 2 fucks at that point. Like, oh yeah, Dark Angel's cancelled. Yeah, but I'm the Invisible Woman in the new Fantastic Four movie. Again, it was good. With blonde hair. But yeah, as I say, fans of Dark Angel. I am a fan. I've revisited it. I even bought the video game today. It cost me £2, not £3. But yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye for now. So